Good evening. I am excited to be here this evening. We are going to be doing March, our March Grabie calendar. Hey, Jamie, welcome in. Hi, Emily, Neon Mermaid, and Stephanie and Lindsay. Y'all welcome in. We are going to be doing our Grabie calendar this evening. We are on our third month of the 12-month series that we're doing for our watercolor tutorials. So those of you who are, whoop, whoop, roll call, that's right, roll call. I love it. So we have done, hey, April. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are here. You guys help me out by tapping the screen, hitting those fan engagement points, sharing it out, all the things. There's a thing going on now that if you're new and you're the first, you've not been here before, hit that new gift, the one that says I'm new here. That is pushing things out for me. They sent me a thing like donuts. There's a couple of different gifts that are pushing our lives out. So, or I don't know if it's pushing it out, but they sent it to us to like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm just telling you guys what those are. You guys, I've got to show you guys what I got in the mail today, y'all. And I forgot how nice. You guys, I've got to show you guys what I got in the mail today, y'all. And I forgot how nice and amazing this was brand new, but I got my 96 color palette in, you guys. I'm so excited. Look at it. And these weren't connected. I was so disappointed these kind of fell out, but that's all right. I'm gonna put some in, you guys. I'm so excited. Look at it. And these weren't connected. I was so disappointed these kind of fell out, but that's all right. I'm gonna put some I have some of that like double-sided tape stuff, so I'm gonna stick these back in. But the colors, guys, I had no idea what I was missing out on. But like honestly, it has so many more. Like honestly, it has so many more metallics. It's got 5 different blocks of metallics that I had no idea, you guys. Like, I'm going to pop them out. Like, I had no idea how many more metallics were in this 96 color palette. Those of you who have this did not tell me that. I had no idea how many more metallics were in this 96 color palette. Those of you who have this did not tell me that. Y'all, I did not. I had no idea. It's such a good palette. Holy cow. Okay, see, make him believe me. You didn't tell me. You did not tell me. You did not tell me it had so many metallics. Why did you not tell me? You were holding out on me. That's so unfair. Yeah. You were holding out. Okay. I'm skipping? Damn it. Sorry, I cursed. Oops. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but I'm skipping? Damn it. Sorry, I cursed. Oops. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse, but I hate it that I'm skipping. I reset my router before I started tonight because it was acting weird this afternoon when I was trying to do some research and upload some YouTube stuff. So I reset my router just before I came on, and I was hoping that that would fix the problem. So you guys let me know if it gets really bad, and I can maybe try to, I don't know what I can do. Because I'm at the mercy of the satellites. So, I don't know. Dang it. I hope that I don't do that all night long. Okay, guys. So, anyway, I just wanted to show you. Y'all, I forgot how nice this palette was before I, like, destroyed mine. I mean, look at this poor thing. compared to the new one, I'm almost embarrassed. I can't believe that I have managed to destroy this palette like this when it initially started like this. How crazy is that? That I have managed to destroy this palette like this when it initially started like this. How crazy is that? Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm almost hesitant to use it because I'm going to end up making it look like this, and it's going to be a wreck when I get done with it. It makes me sad because it's so pretty, but I'm gonna, y'all, I'm gonna mess up this palette. It is gonna be a complete disaster hot mess before I'm done with it, but that's okay. Because this palette has been so good to me for the last year and a half, and I love it so much. And so when I decided, I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big. I went with the 96, and I'm telling you, it is not at all, it does not disappoint. I'm so shocked. I have been, Stacey Lee, I have been praying for you this morning. I spent so much time praying over you. I hope that your pain is getting better. I have truly been praying for you. So, and I will continue to do so. I even wrote it down in my journal tonight or this morning when I was praying. Oh my gosh. Poor baby. Oh my gosh. I'm such a dog lover too. I hate that. So sorry. Oh, good, Jamie. I'm glad it's better. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Y'all, I'm about to tear this palette up, y'all. I am. I'm going to, and look, it comes with a good brush, okay? Like, this is the same brush that came in the 48 color palette. Okay? The same brush came in this. But I have managed to give it, when I invested in the brush set from Meeden, I gave the brush that came with this palette to my grandson, and he uses it and he loves it. So, so just so you know, this is the same brush that came in the 48 color palette as well, but it's a really good brush and I really like it. It also comes with a pencil and it comes with an eraser. You guys know this, cleaned it several times. I mean, it's like beyond cleaning at this point, but I use it all the time. So, but anyway, I just wanted you guys to know that I did finally get my beautiful 96 color palette in with all of these metallics. I cannot believe how many metallics. And look at how many more of the neons that are in it. You get all of these neons. You know, I was talking about how not having a purple neon with this one. Now I do. I have 3 purple neons with this one. Like, how exciting is that? I'm stoked about this palette, you guys. It's got, I didn't think that I needed it. I kept saying 48 colors is plenty. 48 colors is plenty. Well, guess what? I had no idea. I'm stoked. Okay, so enough of that. I have been going on and on and on about my new palette. So we will be, I haven't swatched everything yet, so I don't know what's what. I know that it comes with the stuff, and it comes with your swatch sheet that is on watercolor paper, so you can see what the real color is going to look like up next to, you know, so you can see what the real color is going to look like up next to, you know, on actual watercolor paper, which is great. Okay, so just so you know, I'm going to swatch it and see kind of how they look. But for now, I just wanted you guys to know. Oh, I forgot about these. I always forget. These came like they were detached when I got them in. I hate that, but that's okay because I have a, I have some of that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's that tape that's like stretchy. I don't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's a stretchy tape, and I bought some of it the other day, and I'm going to use it on that. So, but anyway, you guys, I am excited about the other day, and I'm going to use it on that. So, But anyway, you guys, I am excited about this palette because I gotta push that back down in there. Oh, there we go. Because it is going to be amazing. All right. Okay, we are going to be doing March tonight. The calendar, I did carry, I got the big one. So we are going to be doing the March calendar tonight. We have already done, we've done January and we have done February. Tonight we are going to do March. Okay, this is the Grabie 2026 watercolor calendar. So if you have missed 1 and 2, they are uploaded for replay. So no worries there. You can catch the replay on my YOUTUBE channel. So don't worry if you've missed the first 2. Tonight we're going to be doing March. It does come with a stand. You just put it together like this, and you set your calendar on your desk like this. So that is how the calendar looks once it is in the stand. Let me put these 2 that we've already done in here so you guys can see how it looks with a painted page. So there it is. I think it looks absolutely adorable. Mine is going to be a Christmas gift, guys. I'm giving it to my BFF, but if you guys want to keep yours, or you want to get one and do it each month of the year, so you have one day out of the month that you're doing something really fun and creative, that would be a neat idea to do with it as well. Or giving it blank to an artist friend, that would be a great gift for Christmas. So this is, and like I said, it comes with the stand. So this is just a really cool little idea. I love this idea. And when I saw it, I was like, I am doing that. Hands down, that is such a cool idea. So that is what we're doing tonight. We're doing the month of March. All right. So those of you who have not gotten your paints out and gotten ready to get going on the month of March, now is the time to do that, because I am going to get my paper out. I do mine on a separate sheet of paper, and then I add it to the calendar because I don't trust myself not to mess the calendar up and then end up not being able to use the entire thing because one of my months is missing because I messed it up. So I'm going to get my paper out and cut it right now while we are letting everybody get their supplies. So just remember that we are going to letting everybody get their supplies. So just remember that we are going to need, and you're going to need either a piece of paper that is watercolor paper, or you're going to need the calendar, whichever one you choose. I am choosing to use watercolor paper. I'm using the Meeden 5x7 paper that I'm cutting down to 5 by 4 1/4, which is what the calendar basically is. It gives me a little bit of a border, and that's it. So I'm going to cut that down really quickly while you guys are getting your supplies ready for tonight's tutorial. Now, I don't know where my cutter went. I have lost it. I've lost my lid. Oh, here it is. So, how is everybody doing this Wednesday evening? I hope you guys are doing well. Again, we are about to do the month of March for the Grabie calendar. We're about to do that. Okay? So if you guys have your supplies and you're ready to go, give me some thumbs up in the comments. I'm going to go over what we're going to use tonight. Oh, Carrie. Well, don't worry, Carrie. I will have the replay will be up first thing tomorrow, or first thing Yeah, probably tomorrow, because I'll download it tonight and upload it first thing in the morning. So it'll be uploaded for you first thing tomorrow. So if you don't paint tonight and you just want to watch, no worries, because you can do that. And you'll still have the replay tomorrow. All right, so don't stress over it. All right, we are going to be using, I'm going to use my 48 color palette tonight. I'm not going to use my 96, and the reason I'm not is because I have not swatched them, and I'm not sure what colors are what, and so I might get confused. So I'm going to go ahead and use my 48 color one tonight, and hopefully tomorrow sometime I'll get around to checking out the colors in my 96 one, and then we may use that tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when I get up, I might play around with it some. So, okay. So we're going to use this. We are going to use the Meeden palette. It is 48 colors. It comes with your metallics and your neons. It goes from lightest to darkest, so you can learn how to shade really easy. It gives you a brush, a pencil, an eraser, a sponge, and your 4 compartments here to mix your colors. Okay, I've had this 48 color palette for over a year and a half. I have loved it. It is my very favorite palette. They're creamy, they're buttery, the pigment is really bright in them. I use them for all of my jewelry, all of my ornaments, and I use them for my art. So I use this palette every single day, multiple times a day, have for well over a year. I still have plenty of paint left in this palette. As you can see, I have refilled the white, but other than that, all of this paint is still the original paint that came in the palette. So it is a good bang for your buck. So if you're looking for a really good watercolor palette that will last you a long time, or looking for a really good gift to give a friend who's an artist, then this is a really good palette for that. It's both perfect for the beginner and the seasoned watercolor artist. It doesn't, you don't have to be talented. You don't have to be born with the ability to paint to do watercolors. You can learn. I bought this palette before I ever knew how to paint with watercolors, and I just watched videos and learned, and I do not have a ton of talent, guys. I wasn't born with it. Okay, I love creativity and I love being creative, but I was not born with a bunch of talent, okay? This is just something I've learned. So don't feel like you have to already know how to paint to use this palette. You don't. I didn't know how when I bought it a year and a half ago. And here I am. I'm teaching you guys how to paint. So there you go. Now, the other thing that we are going to use is this watercolor, or this water dispenser. This is the Meeden water dispenser. Hang on one second. Let me move my water out of the way and put this where I can reach it. Okay, we're going to be using this. We call this the paint toilet. When your water gets dirty, you just flush your dirty water and you get clean water in its place. Now, I don't have running water in my studio. What I do is I fill up my water dispenser with that right there, that tea jar that's full of water. And I used to fill up my cups up, and when I would have to dump my cups and get clean water, I'd have to walk outside, dump them, come back in here, fill them up, and then come over here and paint. Well, that would really interrupt my creative flow. I don't have to do that now. Now, all I do is push this button, dump my old water, and fill it up with clean water. So my creative flow does not get interrupted. This is made really well. It holds 650 milliliters of water. It goes down flat so you can travel with it. It's made with heavy duty plastic and silicone, so it is going to last. It's not like one of those cheap knockoffs you get on the discount sites. It holds your brushes upright so that they can dry really well. And this down here holds 2 of these. So I don't have to dump this until I've used this twice. So it works really well. I have gotten one for my grandson for Christmas because we're constantly fighting over this one. So it's something that I'm getting more than one of. So that tells you how much I love it. So it's a really, really good product. So we're going to be using that tonight. And then we are also going to be using the Meeden brushes. Now, these Meeden brushes, now this palette comes with a brush, just so you know. Meeden brushes. Now, these Meeden brushes, now this palette comes with a brush, just so you know. And you've gotten used to watercolors and you're ready to level up your art, these brushes are the way to do that, okay? The four brush, my palette and learned how to paint. So like I didn't know how to paint, so I didn't buy this brush set right off the bat. I used the brush that was in my palette for several months, and then I purchased this brush set. So my art really, really leveled up when I purchased this set. Uh-oh, Carrie. Are you losing me? Is it me? I have a green light, so it's showing that my connection is good. But let me know. You guys, let me know if you've lost me, or if you can still see me. Because if you've lost me, obviously you're not going to know I'm saying that. Oh, Island Girl. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I really am. I don't know what to do about that. As usual, I have no solution. I keep telling my techie son-in-law that we've got to come up with a solution to fix my internet out here and figure out what's going on. So hopefully, well, we may have a storm coming in, and the satellites get messed up when we have storms coming in. So that could be what's going on tonight. I'm so sorry. I apologize if that's happening. I appreciate you guys being so loving and patient and kind with the fact that my signal is not good. Okay. I know, baby. Look, that's my husband chiming in. we do, and it still doesn't work well. So I just have to deal with the crappiness of living, we're under the trees too, and that doesn't help because the satellite needs an open space. And so we have so many trees where we live. It's just been bad. So, but we are having some trees cut down, so maybe that will help some too. But anyway, okay, sorry. Yeah, we're going to make it through, Carrie. We're going to get through this. All right. So here we go. So the brushes are also what we're going to use. So I'm going to hop back over to the the palette. And again, I just got my 96 color palette in, and I'm just going to show you guys this really fast. I know I showed everybody at the beginning, but everybody that's hopped in, I'm not using it tonight because, oh goodness, I don't know what I did here. Sorry. I opened it. My brushes fell out. But it does, this palette has it has so many more metallics and so many more neons. Okay, I haven't yet, Carrie. I'm about to. So this 96 color palette has all these new metallics and all these new neons. Oh my God. We're going to use it tomorrow. So I love it. Love it. Love it. So just so y'all know, if you're looking at the palette, I normally say, oh, I felt that 48 colors were fine for me. And they have been. They've been fine for a year and a half. But I'm just going to tell you that the 96 colors, I had no idea how many more metallics it had in it and how many more neons it had in it. Like, I'm totally in love with it. So, okay. So we're going to get started on March. So I'm about to show you guys our inspiration for March. And you guys are, again, going to have to help me for March. And you guys are, again, going to have to help me decide because yesterday, I was struggling with deciding on the few that I had chosen. And again, I am having trouble deciding. Okay. So flip-flop your yellow and gray pans. Okay. I made in the 96 set. Is that what you're saying, Carrie? Because I may do that if that's what you're talking about. If that's what you're talking about. Okay. So we are going to do like a duck with a 4-leaf clover. So I found a really cute like coffee mug March 4-leaf clover inspiration. Oh, that's probably because they were unstuck, so I probably stuck them in there wrong. So I'll flip them. I'll match them with my when I start swatching them, I'll match them with my my colors so that I make sure that they match right. Okay. So here we go. All right, we're going to go with, these are the two. This is the first duck that I found. Now, I don't know that I can even draw a duck, you guys. So I just want y'all to know that this is going to be a stretch beyond my ability levels. But here is the first duck that I looked into. Okay, so this is the first one. I think he's cute. Okay, but here's the second duck that I thought was really cute. Okay, so those are 1 and 2. Okay, these are 1 and 2 options. So this is number 2, all right? So just keep these in mind as we start deciding. And then this was the one, this was the coffee mug that I really loved. I thought it was super cute. This would be number 3. And then there was one more that I really liked, and that was this one. And I love this one. This is one I really, really liked. But I know that you guys are all different. So this is number 4. So you guys give me a vote, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3, which I love. And this is number 4, which I love, love. Okay, so everybody vote on what you think we should do for March. All right, so we have 3, 3. Thank you, Jamie. I love your confidence. 2, 2, 3, 3. All right, so we have 3 and we have 2. Anybody else? Because that's a tie. If we have a tie and I get to vote, you know I'm going to go for number 3 because I love number 3. Three. All right, there's another number 3. Okay. All right, so far we're at 3. So I feel like 3 is a good one. I love 3. So I think we can make it really cute and it'll look good. So I think we'll do number 3. All right, so what we're going to do is this one right here. So this is number 3. If you want to screenshot it, now is the time to screenshot it for your reference. All right. So everybody go ahead and take time to screenshot if you need to do that. Because we are going to start drawing it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, everybody. We are about to get going on March. All right. So grab your pencil, grab your eraser, and let's get started. I'm using the ViewSign HB pencil. It is number 8 in your product list, in case anybody wants to know the pencil that I'm using. I love them. Right out of the box, they're a little square, so I usually like to sharpen them before I use them. I sharpened it earlier, so I'm not going to sharpen it right now. But we're going to go ahead and let's talk about our shapes for this, okay? So our shapes for this are, this is basically a big triangle with a flat tip, okay? So that's our shape there. This is an oval, and this is an oval as well. And then, of course, these are 2 hearts. That's how we make our 4-leaf clover. Okay, this is also an oval and an oval, but with a flat side. So that is how we are going to do this, okay? We're going to think about the shapes as we go. Is there a meaning for the 2-leaf clovers? Not that I know of. I mean, these clovers that are in here, we're probably not going to put in there. I'm just going to splatter it, so I'm only doing the 4-leaf clovers. I don't know that there's a meaning for 2-leaf, but somebody who is Irish might know. Is that a thing? I don't know. Okay. So I want to double check that I cut the size right on this to make sure that it fits. And it does. So that is going to be how my calendar is going to look. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and decide, we're going to find the center of our paper and we're going to do the bottom of that big triangle that we talked about. We're just going to kind of make it barely round. Okay. Paper, and we're going to do the bottom of that big triangle that we talked about. We're just going to kind of make it barely round. Okay. And we're going to bring that cup up like this, so that we have our cup like this, so that we have our cup, and then we're going to have our hand. It's going to come out like that oval all the way around, and then do that same oval on the inside to get the handle of our cup. Okay, and then we are going to make our oval here at the top of our cup. We're just making the bottom of our oval, and then we are going to do our whipped cream on the top, which comes up basically to a little triangle and then kind of goes back down. Okay, so that's our whipped cream. And then we're going to have our 4-leaf clover coming out here, and our 4-leaf clover is going to be 2 hearts basically. So we're going heart, and then we're going to go with another heart like this. Okay, so that's how we get our 4-leaf clover. We'll worry about this widening out the stem and all of that later. We are going to have some liquid in this cup. We want that to be kind of squiggly. And then we're going to have a heart in the center right here. Okay. So there is our image drawn out. All right. Tess, thanks for the follow. All right. So does everybody have their, does everybody have their drawing done? Give me some thumbs up. Sherry, thank you so much for the purchase. You're going to love that palette so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It is literally my very favorite palette on the freaking planet. I use it every single day. Look at all of that amazing, like, messiness. My new palette is going to look like this in no time flat. Because I got a new one with the 96 colors because I had the 48 colors and loved it so much. I've had this one for 1.5 years and I just got the 96 color in today. And I love it. Okay. So there is there's our drawing. So you guys give me thumbs ups in the comments so I know that you're done with the drawing so we can start adding some color. You guys let me know. I'm waiting to hear. Waiting to hear if you guys are ready to move on. Hey, Anna, how's it going? How's it going? Are you out on the road? We are doing our March calendar. Are you out on the road? We are doing our March calendar. We're painting our March calendar for the Grabie calendar. I'm good. I'm good. Yep. Very, very good. Very, very good. I'm enjoying this season of life right now because I'm going into my 2nd year of no longer being a brick and mortar business owner. You know, the new owners took over in November of last year. So it's been exactly a year since I've been kind of retired. Oh, did you? Okay, cool. All right, well, we're doing March tonight. We did February last night. Here's the February one in case you missed it. It turned out super cute. We did that yesterday. I feel great. Like it's been an adjustment because I had that gym for 35 years. But like I'm actually going into sub next week as a substitute coach because they needed a sub. So like I'm still getting to go in and do some coaching and sub next week as a substitute coach because they needed a sub. So like I'm still getting to go in and do some coaching and enjoying it. Still, I've enjoyed it a lot. All right, guys. So we're ready to move on, I assume. Thank you. Yeah, I think February turned out super cute too. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with our, you know what? I want to go ahead and draw this base of this cup right here because I think we need that as a guide. And also right here, we need a little bit as a guide. I don't want to mess that up and forget that we have those rims. Okay. All right, guys, y'all don't forget to click those engagement points. If you're in my fan club, be sure you click those, and that helps your account. It helps mine. Tap that screen and share this live out so that everybody that wants to paint with us can jump on here and paint with us. We always want to make sure that everybody who wants to paint gets a chance to do that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the green right here first, okay? So let's go ahead and start with a base of a clear water. So everybody go ahead and fill in the liquid part of your cup, not the rim at the bottom, with some clear water, okay? So that we can blend really easily. Make sure you put enough on there that your paper is glistening very well. It shouldn't be drenched, but it definitely needs to be glistening enough that you know when you put pigment on it, your pigment is going to spread and blend, okay? So for sure, a good amount. And remember this I'm using the Meeden paper on top of this, and it definitely absorbs really well, so I have to put more water than normal. I can't tell you about the other paper because I'm not using it. So okay, so once we do that, we're going to go ahead and dip into our let me grab my stuff. We're going to dip into the, I'm going to start with this apple green, okay? So we're going to start with the apple green, and we're going to put that in right here on the left side and just spread it. Oh, I don't know what that is. Spread it to about halfway across. Don't get it in the heart. But then I want you to, uh-oh, I got some green right there. I'm going to wipe that up. Okay. That's okay. I'll fix that later. All right. So about halfway. And then we are going to go in with this jade green, which is the number 3 green right here. We're going to go in with the jade. And we're going to add that over on this side. Okay. And we're going to blend that in. Now, don't worry. It looks weird right now, but we're going to fix that. Okay. Don't put too much. Like if you need to, rinse your brush and kind of spread it because you don't want it to be overwhelming, but you definitely want it to, you want to see that contrast. Okay. And we're going to kind of blend those together so they don't look too wonky. Okay. Very good. All right, so now we have this kind of blended together. Now we're going to take this dark, deep green right here, okay? This deep green, and we are going to use that as our shadow. Okay, so we're going to put it all along this right side. And I'm just dabbing it on there, and I'm letting the water do the work for me. Okay, I'm not doing anything other than letting the water kind of spread the pigment. Okay. You might want to put a little, maybe a little over here. Not too much. I don't want it to be too overwhelming across here, but right there, and kind of just let that kind of spread. Okay. And then blend until you get kind of a look that you're going for your green drink. Because remember, this is March. This is St. Patrick's Day. So once you get something that you really feel like looks, you know, you've blended it and it looks really nice, then you are going to go ahead and dry that. And it's going to blend on its own as it dries. Okay. All right. Now, once it's dry, I'm going to put a second layer on it because I want this area over here to look really, really dark. So I'm going to go in now with this black green, and I'm even going to, whoops, let me put some water in with it. And I'm even going to bring that black green even more into, and I'm even going to, whoops, let me put some water in with it. And I'm even going to bring that black green even more into, fix it by doing this. And then I will later worry about bringing this. And then I will later worry about bringing that. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring in a little over here too. Okay, so now we have this darker kind of edge. Okay, so now we have this darker kind of edge. Any of that pigment. I want that dark pigment to stay there on this second layer. Okay, we want this, I want this to be that darker layer of pigment. Okay, so see how kind of how it has this layer, and now it's got a second layer of a darker look to it. And that's what we want. Okay, now I'm going to let that, I'm going to dry that. Oh, the calendar is right here. Let me put it up for you. Thank you, Anna. It is a really pretty green. So there's the calendar for you. Right here, it's pinned right here. And I am doing mine on a separate sheet of paper because I don't trust myself not to mess it up. But you can paint directly onto the calendar because it is watercolor paper. But I don't trust myself. So what I've been doing is doing it on a separate sheet. We do one every day. So when we did January, I did a separate sheet. So I'm doing mine on a separate sheet of paper and then putting it on the calendar. And that way, if I mess it up, I can start over. Because I just don't trust myself. Although that's silly. I don't know why I'm that way, but I am. But anyway, so. Okay, so that's the calendar that we're using, is that Grabie calendar. Okay. Okay, so we have our liquid in there now. So now we are going to have to get our cup ready. All right. So I kind of made this, I kind of messed this up in that I did that rim that we had drawn. I covered it in because I had messed it up. So I'm going to go ahead and create a separate rim. I'm just trying to make this blend a little bit better, guys. Sometimes I just mess with my stuff too much. Okay. I also feel like I need a little bit more of this black green right here in this corner. Ooh. So I'm going to kind of blend that up as well. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to dry that. Yes, I'm sorry, you guys. Those of you who are not used to my lives or haven't been in here before, I am on satellite internet because I live out in the sticks. So if you guys get me lagging or repeating, or if it stops for a minute, if you're just patient, it will kick back on. I watch my light. Currently, my light is green and is telling me that I have my signal's good, but sometimes when it says that my signal's good, you guys have issues with it. So I don't know. But I do the best that I can and we try to work through it. Unfortunately, I live out in the middle of nowhere. So I have to use satellite internet, and it is not super reliable when you're surrounded by trees. So, so anyway, I apologize for that. Okay, guys. So we've done our green. We've got our liquid in there. Now let's go ahead and do our cup. Okay. So we're gonna with our cup, we are going to use. Thank you, Charlie's mom, for being patient with me. I appreciate that. All right. So we are going to use a slight mixture of the bisque. So we're going to use this bisque color. And we are going to use this ochre color. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix our bisque together up here in the top of my palette. So what I usually do is just mix things right up here in the top of my palette. So I'm going to take this bisque color and I'm going to mix it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my palette out so you guys can see this mixing, because I think you need to see this color that I'm mixing. So I want you guys to see me mix this. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, first of all, I need to wipe this palette off because it's got too much mixes on it for us to do this. So hang on. When I'm cleaning my palettes, these porcelain palettes, I use baby wipes because it will take that paint off of these porcelain palettes really quickly. So just a tip, when you're cleaning your porcelain palettes, using a baby wipe gets it off really fast. Just so you know. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are going to take our bisque color, which is this right here. Okay, we're going to put it on our palette. And we're going to take a little bit of this ochre color, and we're going to mix that together. Okay, so we're going to come up with this lighter or a little bit darker bisque color than almost like a light, like a coffee with creamer. That's the color we're going for, is like a coffee color that has creamer added to it. That's the best way I know how to describe it. Okay, so that's the color we're kind of going for. All right, and what we're going to do is we are going to, Alexa, skip. We are going to go across the top where our rim is with this color. And then we're going to go kind of on this left or right side with it. Just kind of give it some color. And then rinse your brush really well. Okay. So make sure your brush is rinsed and all you have is really clean water. And just kind of spread that across and blend it in with that top section. And what you're going to end up with is a dark side on the right. Same side as your dark side with the green. And you're going to end up with a nice blend across the top of your cup. Okay. And we're going to use that same blend to go up into our whipped cream so that it's got just enough color that it's not the same color as the background, but it's not so dark that it doesn't look like whipped cream, if that makes sense. Okay. So we want to make sure that we take this same color, and if we want to go, like we want to make this a little bit darker, go ahead and dip into that color again and give yourself a little more. Okay. So I'm going to take a little more over here and add it in. Okay. And if you want to make it even darker, you can add a little bit more of that ochre into it and make that mixture a little bit of a darker mix. And then, oh, hang on, I got something on it. Okay. And then add that kind of in right there. Rinse your brush really good. Spread it across. And then you've got kind of a little bit of that color. And again, you want your top whipped cream area to be, you don't want it to be white like the paper. You want it to be just dark enough that you can see the difference. And so if it gets too dark, dry your brush and then pick up that. And so if it gets too dark, dry your brush and then pick up that color. So you have this lighter color in your whipped cream. Okay. See that? Now I want this rim to be, I want it to be separate. I want to be able to see that rim. So I'm going to make sure that that has some of that color to it, because that rim we want to be dark. That rim we want to be dark. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now what we're going to do is on our rim, or not our rim, but on our whipped cream, we're going to add some, I wasn't going to put those 4-leaf clovers in it, but I'm starting to think that maybe we should. What do you guys think about that? Kismet Book Cook and Craft. You need the YouTube name. Got my postcards. Did I miss in the bio? It's in the, yeah, it's in my bio. If you click the link under my bio, there'll be a place that says it. There's a button that says YOUTUBE, and you click on that. It'll take you straight to my channel. Kismet should take you straight to it. I'm so glad that you found me again, though. Okay, it's not light ochre, Carrie. It is ochre. There's ochre, and there's dark ochre. We're using the ochre and the bisque mixed together. Sorry. I tend to say light ochre, but it's not. It's ochre and dark ochre. Sorry about that. And I'm mixing it with this bisque color that's over here with your neons and making it light. And making it a light ochre. Yes, the calendar is great. We're loving it. We're on March. So, okay. So we have got to do, what do you guys think about putting some of the 4-leaf clovers in the whipped cream like it showed in the inspiration pic? It shows 2-leaf in here, but I think we could do some 4-leaf. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and dry this. Let's make sure it's dry. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the very tip of my #1 Meeden brush. As you guys know, I tell you all the time, you can do detail work with this brush, okay? And that's what we're going to do. We're about to do some very small little hearts, okay? We're going to make those 4-leaf clovers. So we're going to go here, and then we're going to go here. Okay. And again, we'll do that here. So that looks like an X, you guys. You know what? That's not right. We're doing it like this, guys. Sorry. Hang on. Let me fix it. Okay, that one's not going to be. That's going to be a 2-leaf. This one's going to be a 4-leaf. Okay, that is a 4-leaf. Okay. And we're going to fix that. Okay, that looks weird. All right, guys, here's what we're doing. You do what you want in yours. I'm going to make mine. Mine looks strange. They're not working right. Leave it to me to mess it up with the 4-leaf clovers, right? Which are the easiest thing that you possibly can draw. Okay. All right. So I just made mine little cute little green whatever. They're not even 4-leaf clovers. But I am going to fix this because I did not realize when she asked about 2-leaf clovers, I didn't realize what she was saying, but now I realize it. This is not a 4-leaf clover. So we're going to fix it. We're about to make it a 4-leaf clover. Okay. So let's try this again, guys. I'm glad I caught that. We're going to go a heart here. Then we're going to do a heart here. And we're going to do a heart here. And we're going to do a heart here. Okay? That is a 4-leaf clover, guys. Okay? Sorry, I had that all wrong. So, I'm glad that we caught that before I messed it all up. Because I would have been mad. And now I'd had to redo the whole thing. But that's the reason I'm not painting on my calendar. Okay. All right, so we have that. So another thing that we need to do is add some detail to this. But first, before we do that, I want to make sure that we do our heart. And so when we do our heart, because this is green, I don't want to do like red or anything. In the inspiration picture, it's white. But I'm thinking that we should do like a lighter green. So I'm going to go in with this lime green. And that's what I'm going to do with my heart. I'm going to make my heart a lime green heart in the middle of this cup. Okay. So I'm going with lime green. Okay. And I'm going to fix all of that too. Now we need to, with details, but we need to go ahead and do the handle. The handle is going to be, we're going to use some clear water. Okay, and we're going to go in with just a little bit of a grayish green, okay? So go ahead and put your water in your handle. And then take your gray and take your green. Ooh, that was too much green. Get some more gray. Okay, so we're going to go and see how this, it's gray, but it's kind of got a green tint to it. So that's what we're going to do with our handles, okay? And we are going to just kind of bring that through. We don't want too much. Rinse it. Thanks for the heart me, Tamalam. How's it going? Welcome in. And then we're going to just kind of spread this out. So it's a lighter kind of greenish look to the handle. Okay, and then we're going to dry it and we'll put some shadows in. Okay, so once it's dry, we're going to take that same green and we're going to do just a few little shadow streaks in it with a wet on dry technique. So it's going to have these little shadows like that. Okay. We're going to do that same thing. Thanks, Tamalam. We're going to do that same thing with our cup, with our dark, or with our ochre that we created. We're going to do a wet on dry here, and we're going to go right across with this shadow, and we're going to just bring it across like that. Okay, just like that. And we're going to do a little bit right here and right across this in our whipped cream. Okay, so wherever you feel like your whipped cream might need some of those shadows. Okay, like that. Okay, all right. Now dump your water, get some clean water, rinse your brush really good, and put it down because we're going to do some detail work before we do the 4-leaf clover. All right, so go ahead and pull out your 05 micron pen, and we're going to add in some details to bring this all together, okay? Now here on our whipped cream, all we're going to do is just do these little chunks and go ahead and bring in any kind of wrinkles that you feel like the whipped cream should have, okay? So like bring in any where they connect, and like maybe in the middle a few places where you want it to have like those little just places that make it feel squishy, like whipped cream is squishy. I don't know how to say it. Fluffy. Feel squishy, like whipped cream is squishy. I don't know how to say it. Fluffy is the word I'm looking for. And then across here, and then across our rim, very light-handed across the rim, okay, and then down the sides. And when we go down the sides, go ahead and put some on the insides as well, kind of like double it, so that you've got some extra like little detail there. Same thing here. I'm going to go across the bottom, and then I'm going to go across the bottom again right here so that I have kind of a rim. And then here, I'm going to give it some outside lines too, like that. Okay. All right, and then we're going to do our heart. All right, put your pen down. All right, put your pen down. We're going to do our 4-leaf clover now. All right. So everybody let me know how we're doing. Can you show February again? Yes, I can show February again. Here is our February right here. So cute, guys. February turned out super cute. I love it. Love, love, love it. I do too, Tia. Turned out beautifully. All right, so now that we have this done, we're going to do our 4-leaf clover. So everybody get your brush, your number 1, Mita number 1 brush. And we are going to do our stem first, which is going to be done with this jade green that we've been using, the medium basically. And we are going to bring our stem down and to touch our whipped cream. I'm going to thicken it up a little bit and kind of widen it out at the base. Like that. Okay. And then when we do our actual 4-leaf clover, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it in with clear water first. Okay. So I'm going to go in with this clear water, or I guess it's got a little bit of a green tint to it because my brush was not quite clean, but that's okay because I'm making this green, so it doesn't matter. And I'm going to fill in each one of these little leaves of my clover. Okay. And now we're going to take our medium. No, we're going to do the light green. We're going to do the apple green. And we are going to fill it in with the apple green first. Okay. So go ahead and let that apple green fill in your little leaves. Okay. And then take the jade green and add that at the base of each of your leaves and let that kind of spread on its own up the leaves. So you have that two-tone leaf look on your 4-leaf clover. Okay, like that. And now we're going to dry that up. Okay, so we end up with it kind of being a little bit of a, actually, I need a little bit more. I don't think I got quite enough. Let's see if that works. There we go, that's better. All right, so now I have my 4-leaf clover there, and we're gonna add our details in by pulling out our micron. All right, so now I have my 4-leaf clover there, and we're gonna add our details in by pulling out our micron and pull our details around the edges of everything. We're gonna go around this. And I'm not going all the way down like I did when I drew it with the pencil. I'm just doing the petals. And then I'm letting everything else kind of bring that together. Okay? So that's how that is. Johnny Maid, thanks for the heart me. I appreciate that. Or Joni Maid, sorry. All right. We are going to now do our splatters to bring all of this together. All right. So I'm going to move my calendar out of the way because I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to move it out of the way. We are going to take our Meta number 1. The first thing I'm going to do is this light apple green. Okay. And I'm going to just splatter that around the edges. And it can go on the cup itself as well. Hey, Mom. Thanks for the heart me. All right. And now we're going to go in with the darker green, which is going to be this jade green. And we're going to add that in a few places. And I want a few little heavy spots. Okay. And then we're going to go in with the bisque mix that we put together. So this mixture right here, but we're going to need a lot more of that to do this. So I'm going to have to mix them I didn't want to do that. Hang on, guys. I had green on my brush. Let me rinse this really good. All right, I'm going to get a whole lot of this bisque and mix it in with that ochre. Okay, because we want to make sure we have plenty of this color to splatter, okay? And now we're going to splatter some of that on here. Okay. Super cute. All right, now there's a couple places where I noticed there's some like drips, and I feel like I want to do that, but I'm going to have to do it with a very light color. So I want to push it and just let it drip down like that. And I'm going to dry it. Oh, that's better. Yay, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so now we have that like little drip look to it. Okay. All right, so that is March, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add it to my calendar, and I'm going to give it a border, because you guys know that I've been putting a border on these to kind of bring them all together. So I have to get what I'm using is simple Dollar Tree glue. I'm not using anything heavy duty, because if they want to take it off of the calendar and put it in a frame or something after they're done with it, I want them to be able to do that. So I'm not using any heavy duty glue to put this on the calendar. I'm using simple stuff. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick I'm just going to put the glue on this, on the edges. You want to make sure you go over the edges really good so the edges stay down. Okay. And then go in the middle with whatever you need. Okay. And then we are going to put that on the calendar. Okay. And roll it down. I usually use my roller to keep it down, because I want it to stick really good. Sorry, my roller's squeaky, y'all. I need to WD-40 it, I think. All right, so it sticks really good. And then I'm going to pull out my Distress inks, and I'm going to give it a border. Now I know I have a good green in here that I can use. Distress inks, and I'm going to give it border. Now I know I have a good green in here that I can use. Be what's going to be best. Let me just check and see if I have any other greens that I might like better. Let's see, I don't like that green for sure. All right, I think that's going to be good, because I have this green, but it's going to be too green. So, and this green I think is going to be too light. So we're going to use that Lucky Clover green. There are currently 6 postcards up, and I have one uploading as we speak. So number 7 or number 6. Number 7 is uploading. No, I'm sorry. Number 6 is uploading, because I have 1 through 5 and I have 9 done. So number 6 is uploading right now. So it should be up in the next hour or 2 if you're looking for that. Okay? Sorry. Yeah, I'm still uploading those, but the calendar ones are going up directly following each lesson, so that they're going to go up quick, because I started the postcards like several lessons in, so it's taken me longer. So I'm making sure that I'm uploading these right away so that I don't have to backtrack like I'm doing on these. So, or like I was doing on the postcard. So I apologize if it's taking a little longer. Again, my internet is sucky. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting my sponges to see. This is cracked pistachio. I don't need that. I need the green. I don't think I have one for this green just yet. Lucky Clover. I think I'm going to have to make a new brush for it. Oh, no, I do. Right here. Okay. All right. So we have our Lucky Clover brush and we have our Lucky Clover green. All right. And we are going to now bring this together by just pushing this into the edges like so. Just like that. And bring it around this edge. Just like that. And bring it around this edge here. And then bring it down. Turn it around. This is how I've decided it's easiest to kind of tie this in when you're adding to it, because I'm adding these on top of the calendar instead of painting them directly. If I was painting it directly on the calendar, I probably wouldn't be putting these borders on like this, but I felt like it needed something to kind of bring it together. And so that's why I decided to do the borders like this. I think it just kind of ties it all together. So, okay, let me wipe that up so you guys can see this whole thing the way that it's supposed to look. Hang on 1 second. All right. Yes, it definitely is uncooperative a lot of times. All right, so here is March. All right, so there's what it looks like with the border on it, all on the calendar. I know, right? That's what I always say. I always say, trust the process, because you just never know. Like, all of a sudden, it just looks amazing. Like, it looks like crap the whole time you're doing it. And then you just bring it all together towards the end, and it's like, oh, and the heavens open up, and the, angels start singing, and you're like, oh my God, it came out beautifully. So, yeah, that's the way it works. All right, so here we are. Let's go through and look at it in all of its glory with the stand so we can see what it's going to look like. So remember, this calendar comes with a stand, and, it comes with a stand, and this is what it's going to look like on the stand. Oh my goodness, how stinking cute is that? I love this. I don't have any kind like that. Any suggestions? Any kind of what? Any kind of paper or paint, or what are you asking about, Charlie's mom? I'm sorry. I'm not understanding the question. Jamie, what are you having for dinner? Oh, ink. Okay. Yeah, no, you can do it with, you can actually do it with pretty much anything. I mean, you could even like just rub some, you can actually do it with pretty much anything. I mean, you could even like just rub some, have a ton of it because I do mixed media art, and so I use it a lot in mixed media, and so that's why I use that ink. But you could even do like a black, like with your micron pen, do like a little black dashed border all the way around. Any kind of You could even do like a black, like with your micron pen, do like a little black dashed border all the way around. Any kind of border will bring it together. It doesn't have to be like this. So any border at all. Chicken, broccoli, and rice. Oh, that sounds good. Man, I'm hungry. I didn't eat dinner before I started tonight. I should have. I'm coming to your house. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I would have to get on a plane to get to your house, I think. Okay, guys. So that is March. And I am going to talk about all the products that we use. Thank you, Kismet. I'm going to talk about all of the things, the products that we used, and I'm going to talk about a few other things too. So you're welcome to stay on with me as I do that. But those of you who painted with me, the tutorial, is, you know, you're not going to miss anything if you have to get off at this point. But I do want to cover the products that we used. I want to cover the new advent calendar that Meaden has sent me, and I want to cover a couple other things tonight because it is Christmas season. It is the time that we're getting gifts. It is the time that we are looking for things to gift to other people. So I want to make sure I cover a few of those things tonight on my live while I'm here. So if you don't want to stick around for that, totally and completely understand. Cover a few of those things tonight on my live while I'm here. So if you don't want to stick around for that, totally and completely understand that. Great gift idea that are creative gifts. So we're going to talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about everything that we use tonight for our tutorial. Thank you for the heart puff. I love it. Thanks so much. But at least I'm in. Yeah, you are in one of my favorite states. That is very true. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about, well, first let's talk about the calendar. We obviously use the Grabie calendar. So let's pin that so everybody knows. All right. So this is what the calendar looks like. All right. I did mine on separate paper and put the paper onto the calendar because I don't trust myself not to mess it up. So that is what I did. You do not have to do this, but you can paint directly onto the calendar because the calendar is watercolor paper. I just did not trust myself. I was afraid I would mess it up. So, this is the Grabie calendar. This is January. Oh, and those of you who are needing to know my live schedule for tomorrow, I'm going to be on in the morning at 10. All right, so I'll be on tomorrow morning at 10 Central Standard Time. So this is January. Go throughout our lives. So we're going to do each month together, okay? So if you are unable or if you want to do these, just know that they are available on replay if you've missed any of them. And if you haven't missed any of them, just know that I will see you tomorrow at 10 Central Standard Time for April, okay? So that was the calendar. We used that. We used the Meaden paint set. I used the 48 color, the Meaden paint set. I used the 48 color set. We did blend a few colors tonight to get some of the lighter colors we needed. But this 48 color set comes with your neons, your metallics. It comes with all of your colors, and they go from lightest to darkest. So it teaches you how to blend really easily. You can pop these out, make travel palettes if you want to. You can pop these out individually by just pushing on them, and they'll come out. Okay. You can also, you also get a brush, a pencil, an eraser, a sponge, and places to mix, okay? So this 48 color palette is an amazing palette. I've had it for over 1.5 years. I absolutely love it. I use it every single day, and I still have plenty of paint left in it. I use it for my jewelry. I use it for, yes, Feral Mom, here it is. It'll be up tonight, though. I'm going to upload it. This was what we did for March. Dun, da, da. I think it turned out beautifully. It's super cute. So that is what we did for March. This palette is is one that I truly, truly use every day, multiple times a day, and I still have plenty of pigment left, so it's a lot of bang for your buck. Now, I just got the 96 color palette in. I didn't realize the 96 color palette had so many more metallics and neons. I'm excited about that. I'm going to use that tomorrow in our tutorial, but this 48 color palette has been my ride or die palette for the last year and a half, and I bought it before I even knew how to paint, and I've just learned, because painting is a skill set, guys. That's okay, Feral Mom. You can get the replay. Not a problem. No worries. I'm glad you hopped in. The replay, I'm as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to download the replay and start uploading it to my YOUTUBE channel. So no worries if you missed it. Thanks for all the gifts. You're such a sweetheart. I love you. Uploading it to my YOUTUBE channel. So no worries if you missed it. Thanks for all the gifts. You're such a sweetheart. I love you. Thank you. This has been my palette for over a year and a half, and I love it, and I use it every day on all of my stuff, my earrings, my jewelry, my Christmas ornaments, art. So I don't just use it for that, for art, and so, or for, on paper. So it is a really good bang for your buck. It lasts a really long time. It's totally worth the money. And it's on a flash sale. There may be, let me see. I didn't think they sent me a coupon. But sometimes when I go live, they'll like throw a coupon in there. So let me see if I've got one. Oh, I do. They are having free shipping. The palette is on 36% off. And they have a coupon right here that you can stack. So you guys can stack that coupon if you decide to purchase the palette. You can use this coupon and stack that on top of the sale. So don't hesitate to do that. Just use that coupon right there, that code. Use that when you check out, and it'll give you a little, like a 10% off on top of the flash sale that they've got going on. Okay? So if you're looking for a great beginner palette, if you're looking for a palette for your kids, if you're looking for a palette for the artist in your life that's already a seasoned artist, this is a great palette because it's creamy, it's buttery, it's got really good pigment, it lasts a really long time. Because it's got good pigment, you don't have to use a ton of paint. And like I said, I've had it for a year and a half, and I still have so much paint left in it. And I use it multiple times a day. I didn't know anything about watercolor painting when I started and when I bought this palette. I bought it wanting to learn, and I watched videos and I learned. You don't have to, and when I bought this palette, I bought it wanting to learn, and I watched videos and I learned. You don't have to have talent to paint with watercolors. You just have to have the willingness to learn. That's it. I promise you, it's a skill set. It is not a talent. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to do watercolors, then treat yourself, grab this palette, stack this coupon on top of the sale right now, and then and join my tutorials every day, because I come on here like almost every single day and teach a tutorial. So you can learn how to paint by just coming on and joining my live tutorials every day. Okay? So we use that. And then the other thing that we used was the water dispenser. This water dispenser, we call it the paint toilet, and it is right here, and it works like a toilet. You just flush your old water and you get new water that comes back in. All right, it is amazing. I love it. I did not think I needed it. Honestly, it was one of those things that was a luxury item for me, and Meaden said they were going to send it to me for free, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to spend money on that, but yeah, if you send it to me, I'll use it. Well, let me tell you something. Now that I've used it, there's no way I could live without it. I don't have running water in my studio. What I have is that right there, that tea jar that has water in it. And I fill up my water cups with that. And when I need to get new water, I would have to dump them outside, come back in and fill them back up, and then sit back down at my desk, which interrupted my creative flow big time. And I had to do that multiple times during one painting, because you're constantly having to get new water when you're doing watercolors. Well, now I don't have to do that. Now I can sit here and go through 2 or 3 paintings before I ever have to get up, because This holds 650 milliliters of water, which is a large amount of water in case you're wondering. And this holds 2 of these. So I don't even have to dump this outside until I've gone through this twice. So it's a nice item. I did not realize that it was not a luxury item. It is definitely not. It is a necessity if you do not have running water in your studio. And so I got one for my grandson for Christmas. I got him a blue one, and he is going to be so excited because we fight over this. And if something were to happen to this, I would buy me one. I would spend my money on this, guys. So I just didn't realize it over this. And if something were to happen to this, I would buy me one. I would spend my money on this, guys. So I just didn't realize it until I got it. Mainly because I had one of those cheap ones that I had of a discount site, and it did not work worth a crap, and I ended up throwing it in the trash. And so I was like, yep, nope, I don't need that. But I did, and I'm so glad that I have it, and I'm thankful that Meaden sent it to me, because honestly, it is one of my very favorite things in my studio. So we did that, and then the other thing was these Meaden brushes, and I didn't upgrade to this brush set until about 1.5 years after I got my palette. I finally felt comfortable enough with the brush that comes with the palette to consider painting with another brush set. So I got the 4 brush set, which is the 1, 3, 5, and 7. And guys, this leveled up my art so much. I had no idea how much of a difference that brushes can make, but they make a huge difference. And I'll tell you this, these brushes are a professional brush set, but they don't have a professional price attached to them, which is nice. This coupon code will work on this brush set too, by the way. They don't rust. They hold a ton of water. They hold their shape really well. And they're made of synthetic squirrel hair. So the water in them, like seriously, they hold, like you can see, this is just the small brush. Look at all that water that comes off of my finger. So they hold a lot of water. They're short, so it's really easy to control your strokes, which is nice. So, so this is just a really nice brush set, and I really, really love it. And I'm just telling you guys, if you're looking to level up your art, if you've been painting for a little while and you're ready to like invest in a set of brushes, this is the brush set to do it with. Now, I use these brushes every day. I've had this brush set almost a year now. And I have several brush sets, but this is my favorite. And this is the one that these are my go-to brushes. So I use these daily and love, love, love them. And they're worth every dime that I paid for them. I would pay double for them. They're really, really good. So we use those tonight. So those are the products that we used in our tutorial tonight. If you guys have any questions about any of those, please put them in the comments. I'm going to go through the 3 months we've done so far. And we will be doing April tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will do the month of April. Okay. This is going to be a gift for my best friend who's always wanting my art, but I never have time to paint or anything because I'm always busy. And so I thought it would be a really cool gift to give her for Christmas is a calendar she could keep on her desk with my art so she could see my art every single day. So that is what I'm doing. So we're doing them together on my lives. So if you want to participate, you can. Don't worry about what you've missed because I have the replays available on my YOUTUBE channel. You can follow me there and get the replays if you miss any of the what you've missed because I have the replays available on my YOUTUBE channel. You can follow me there and get the replays if you miss any of the can't do this. Don't say, oh, I'm not an artist. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'm not talented enough. It's not talent, guys. It's a skill set, and I can show you how. All right, so don't hesitate to invest in some paint and a paintbrush. Doesn't even have to be these, like any set you want to. And join us on my lives and learn how to paint. Okay, guys? All right. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, we're going to go over a few things that could be great Christmas gifts for the people in your life that you are looking to get Christmas gifts for. Because we have some really cool stuff. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about are these little tiny expressions coloring books, because they are so stinking cute. Hang on. I need to find this. Just one second. Here they are. They are right here. These. So stinking cute. These make great stocking stuffers, guys. And we're going to be using them in our saran ball this year. But they're these little bitty tiny coloring books, and they are just like quick creativity breaks. This set comes with 5. It comes with the Carnival Craze, the Cute Cats, the Self-Care Day, the Potted Plants, and the Island Vibes. And they have just this little, I mean, you just stop for just a moment and take a quick creativity break is all. So it's not something that takes a ton of time, but gives you the ability to create every day. You can sit and color it and enjoy it for a few minutes and then get back to your day. And it's a good little break. So I love these. I actually did one today. I started it yesterday on our live, and then I didn't finish it. So today I decided that I would finish it, and it is in here somewhere, but it's they're hard to find once you start them, because it took me a minute to find it. I know I did it, but I just didn't know when or where or what book it was in, but it's in here. So hang on. I want to show it to y'all. Isn't it cute? Look how cute that is. I did it with those glitter pens. Came out so cute. So, and it didn't take me long. So you just pick one and color it, and you get this nice, quick little creative break. All right. So these make great stocking stuffers. So that's the first thing that I wanted to go over. And you get 5 of them in this set. Okay. So you can give one to a friend. You can keep one. You can throw some in your purse for like when you go to church and you've got kids who are getting bored. You can hand them one with some markers and they can color during church. You can do all, things like that. So if you are looking for a cute little, like I said, stocking stuffer or a saran wrap, because we're putting ours in our saran ball this year, because we do that saran ball where you just wrap everything up in a saran ball and you roll the dice and everybody unrolls the saran ball and gets whatever falls out of it. So we're using them in that. But you can do it in, these just have so many uses. So my grandkids are going to love these, because my grandson doesn't sit still for very long. So this will be like a really quick, like he loves to draw and paint, but he gets up every 5 or 10 minutes and goes and does something else and then comes back. So this is great for him, because he can paint something or color it really quickly and then he's done, and then he can move on, and then he can come back and do it again. So these are going to be something really cool for him to enjoy. Okay, so these make great, great gifts. So so that was the first thing. The next thing that I want to talk about, guys, is this freaking Meeden advent calendar. Like, I cannot tell you guys how stinking excited I am about this. We're going to do this on our live too. We're going to open it up live every day during the month of December, and we're going to use whatever art supply that it gives us in our live. So we're going to get to do some stuff other than just watercoloring during the month of December, because we are going to have some supplies that we're not used to. Okay, so let me pull it out. I want to make sure that I have it here. Okay, so, and it comes in this amazing little, look at this little magnet case that it comes in. First of all, the packaging. Let's just admire the packaging for a minute first, because Meeden is like, their packaging is chef's kiss on all of their products. This is no different. You open it up and it has this beautiful Merry Christmas on the front. It has now these have been opened because I've looked at it. Okay. Has this ribbon for you to pull, and that lifts up the packaging so that you're not having to dig in it and mess up your packaging, right? So it has 24 different days of art supplies and creativity. Okay. And I say and creativity lightly. Different days of art supplies and creativity. Okay. And I say and creativity lightly because the majority of these are art supplies. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this. I don't want to spoil it for you, so I don't want to show everybody what's in it. But what I will do is I will tell you this. There are a couple of things that could be considered art supplies that maybe are not necessarily art supplies, but there are very few of them. They're creatively art supplies, but there are very few of them. They're creativity items. It tells you what's in it, so you don't have to take my word for it, but I will tell you this. This coupon code, first of all, that's right here will work on it, but also it's on sale. It's on flash sale. It's worth every dime that they're asking for it. The supplies that are in it are great. Like, I looked at day 1, I looked at day 2, and I was so excited with what I saw under day 1 and day 2. I was like, okay, I can't wait. So I opened up the entire thing. Like, I looked at every single day. I'm terrible at surprises, and I looked at every single day. And I love, love, love every single thing that's in it. And it's going to sell out. I guarantee you they're going to sell out of these. I feel certain they will. And once they're sold out, if you missed out, when we start opening this in December and using these in my lives, you're going to be sorry that you missed this product. You're going to be sorry that you didn't get one, because it's got some really good stuff in it. So if you are the type of person who loves to do advent calendars, or you're an artist who wants to get a new art supply every day during the month of December leading up to Christmas, like, this is for you. This is such a great idea and such a great product. And all of the things that they have in the calendar is chef's kiss. Like, they've got some great, great stuff in here. So, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I'm not going to tell anybody what's in here. But I will show you guys. The other night we did number 5. So I'm going to show you number 5. It is a travel watercolor art set. Now, and that's the only one I'm going to show. And I showed that the other night is the reason that I'm showing it now. And think about now, and that's the only one I'm going to show. And I showed that the other night is the reason that I'm showing it now. And think about just the value in that little set alone is incredible, because travel art sets are not cheap and watercolors are not cheap. And meet-ins are amazing. So these are great, great, great. This is a great, investment for your studio. So if you're an artist, you are making a great investment into your studio. If you are not an artist and you're looking to get a gift for somebody who's an artist, obviously they're opening this up one day every day during the month of December leading up to Christmas, so it wouldn't be a Christmas gift. Or you just give it to them and they either save it for next year or they get all the supplies at once. But either way, it's an amazing gift for an artist. I would love to be able to get this for my grandson and let him do this throughout the month of December, but I just feel like he's just a little bit young still to have the responsibility of some of the art supplies that are in here, because they are high quality, really good art supplies. So I'll probably wait and maybe do that next year for him. But for sure, guys, if you are an artist looking to do something really fun for an advent calendar, this is a great product. And this coupon code will stack on top of this flash sale. So if you're looking to save an extra 10% on top of the flash sale, then use this coupon and stack it on top of that. and you can do that. But this coupon code is only good during my live, so it won't happen. You know, it's not going to happen after my live. So if you want to use the coupon code on top of the flash sale that they have, then you need to do that before I get off of here tonight, okay? Which I am going to be getting off in just a few minutes. But I wanted to go through this because this is such a cool idea. Like, and I love the fact that it says right here, everyone can be an artist, because the truth is that is true. Everybody can be an artist. It is a skill set. You can learn how to paint. You can learn how to draw. You can learn how to do watercolors, all the things. It is not something you have to be born with. So I love that Meeden put that in that packaging. So there is the Christmas Advent Calendar. I love it. Worth every dime. They're asking for it. So if you're interested in doing something like that as an Advent Calendar, I highly suggest that you go with this Advent Calendar because it is very, very cool. All right. So that is all I have for this evening. Really quickly, I'll show you guys the tutorial that we did tonight one more time before I get off of here. If anybody is in need of me to stay on longer so they can check out and use that coupon code before I get off of here for anything, let me know. It's good on any is in need of me to stay on longer so they can check out and use that coupon code before I get off of here for anything, let me know. It's good on any of the Meeden products. They give that to me for my lives only. So when I get off, you will not have access to that coupon code, but it can be stacked on top of flash sales. So, whoops, sorry guys. So don't hesitate to stack it on top of any flash sales. All right, one more time. We did March. We did the month of March tonight for the tutorial on our Grabie calendar. So here is January. Here is February. And here was tonight's tutorial, which is March. All right, so this was the month of March. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we will be doing the month of April. So if you guys have not yet joined me for a tutorial, for watercolor tutorial, I will be on at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning, and we will do that tutorial for the month of April. If you've missed any of the tutorials for the Grabie calendar, you can catch those on replay on my YOUTUBE channel. And this upload will be going up tonight when I get off of here. All right. So do not hesitate to pick you up one of those calendars and join us daily on our tutorials, because we will be doing every month together. So if you don't know what to do, I'm going to help you. I'm going to teach you how to draw it. I'm going to show you how to paint it, everything. So don't hesitate to grab a calendar. And just so you know, you don't have to have talent to do it. You can simply learn. It is a skill set, not a talent, I promise. Because I did not have any ability to learn how to do watercolors. I had never painted before in my life before I bought this Meeden watercolor palette. Never painted before in my life before I bought this Meeden watercolor palette. And when I bought this palette, I started watching videos and learning how to do watercolors. Okay? Whoops. Yeah, I keep hitting my phone tonight for some reason. All right, so we use this watercolor palette to do this. Yes, you can see my March. I'm going to show you March right now. Here is March. Right there. And that'll be going up tonight on my YOUTUBE channel for those of you who missed the tutorial for tonight. It will be up. We'll be doing April tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? So be sure you come with paints in hand, ready to go in the morning, and we will paint. All right, guys? Okay, does anybody have any questions on anything before I hop off of here? Does anybody need me to stay on any longer for them to use this coupon code before I get off of here? Let me know in the comments, because if you don't, I'm going to be hopping off. And I want to tell everyone who made purchases tonight, thank you. I also want to say to everyone who painted with me tonight, thank you for joining, and that I will see you guys again in the morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to do the month of April. Thank you guys for all the likes and all the gifts and all of the heart me's and all the things. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate all of that so, so much. All right. Sounds good. We're good to go. I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye-bye.